Okay, everybody, we should be back. Apologies for that. Just had some slight technical issues. OBS crashed due to some new plugin, just testing stuff, and yada yada yada. It didn't go to plan. Let's put it that way. Qualifying has just finished. Shea, would you like to bring us the finishing order of the qualifying session?
I sure would. So we're going to start off in qualifying, finishing off with Professor Bloxer with Aston Martin, taking that pole position. He's going to have a 137.063. Behind him will be Matt 5245F in Brandstar with the time only, what is that, 3 thousandths behind. And then Critical Noob and McLaren will take your third spot with a 137.111. Danza Hadjic and Audi will take your fourth with a 137.14. East Sliders with the Toyota Zent team will take the fifth position in 137.5. Finn and Jaster with, I do believe that is BMW,
That is
is going to take your
BMW
sixth
indeed.
position with a 138.15. Aviation Chad, who we remember from Brandstar is now in McLaren, is going to take that seventh position with a 138.2. We'll see how he does today. Singstam, the second BMW to be on the top 10 in this race, is going to be a 138.3. Fernand 2403 with Aston Martin taking the ninth position, and Indominus Rex with East Spirit taking a 138.4 for the 10th spot. Behind him will be Blaine with Craig for 11th, then Power Unit and KRR for 12th, Lance Droid and Zent for 13th, Hothla for Airrock in 14th, Gene 7085 for Red Star in 15th, Jayoxi for 16th with E-Spirit, Mavison Loose with Airrock for 17th, Doe Ball Do, which I believe that will be Fleet for 18th, F1 Fan for Crake in 19th, Kakera and KRR for 20th, Riley Badge 16 in 21st with Fleet, Icarus with Brandstar for 22nd. Then we have Johnson 420 with, what is that? I yeah, oh, that's Uprise. All right. So you're going to have Uprise in 23rd with the Johnson 420, and then 420 Merc Music in Audi 24th. Cool Plug Alt, Red Star in 25th, and Real Miggy Coolit, the other Uprise, is going to be in 26th.
Very, very exciting grid indeed.
Shall we give him a look on the grid?
Okay, only a few moments to go. Everyone is gridding up on the grid. Well, where else would they grid up? Okay. Probably said that in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. So everyone get ready. Very exciting times. We're back in South Korea, and the racing is about to get underway. See you in a few minutes, everybody. Hello everybody, welcome back to South Korea. Very exciting times. We've headed a bit further north by quite a significant distance from last weekend. Welcome everyone to the second round of the 4th season of the Iron Formula 1 World Championship, coming to you live from Suwon in South Korea. From last season, you may remember Kai Kara's incredible fight from the bottom of the points all the way back to second, with him performing more on-track overtakes than most of us can even dream about. The Suwon International Circuit also has one of the highest changes in elevation, in stark contrast to Australia when compared to all the tracks we'll be racing on this season. Let's have a look at the track then. Turns 1 and 2 are large swooping corners which lead on to turn 3, the second tightest corner of the lap. One of the longest straights we've ever seen follows that, and the S's from turns 9 to turns 13 are also something to write home about. Looking at elevation, as I mentioned earlier, it is quite noticeable. You climb the hill through turns 1 and 2, as well as up the second straight just to plunge back down through turn 8. The DRS zones are quite long, especially DRS zone 1 on the back straight, that combined with some ERS and slipstream is a prime overtaking opportunity if you can keep close to the car in front through the first 3 corners. Let's have a look at the starting grid then. And it's not running. Brilliant. Let's just wait for it to sort itself out. I can probably give you the top 8. There we go. Here's in 7th. That's McLaren's reserve driver. And in 8th, that is Sengstam. P9 is Fernan in the Aston Martin. P10 is Indominus Rex with E-Spirit. P11 is one of Craig's reserve drivers. And P12 is Power Unit. P13, that's going to be Lance Droid in the Toyota, and one of Aerox's reserve drivers lines up P14. P15 is Gene in the Red Star. P16 is Jogsy. In P17, we're going to have Mavis on loose with Aerox, and in P18 it's going to be one of Fleet's reserve drivers. P19 is F1 Fan with Craig. P20 is Kai Kara in the KRR car. He won last race. P21, that's Riley Vag, and in P22 that's one of Brandstar's reserve drivers. In P23, that's 420 Merc Music. In P24, that's Johnson 420. In P25, we then have one of Red Star's reserve drivers, that's Cool Plug Alt, and in P26, rounding out the grid, we have Real Mickey Coolit. As the formation lap starts, the drivers are now rounding their way round the track for the first time. Joining you in the commentary box today is Shea, the Brandstar team owner, and myself, Depot Dolphin. Shea, how are you doing, and what weather could we expect from today's race?
Well, based on what Fast has been telling us today, and thank you, what Fast has told us today, we are expecting some light showers for a duration of the race. So expect it to get kind of wet, about 50% or so at the midsection of this race, and then having it drastically go down after a while. We will hit 0% during the end of this race, so we'll be starting to see people getting off intermediates and going for soft, medium, and hard strategies. I would only expect that. But we do not know when that will happen. We do not know when we will hit that 0%. We don't know if it'll be 3/4 into the race or 2/3 into the race. However, expect there to be light showers and us starting at about 10% rain on the track at the beginning.
From what I can see here, most drivers are sticking with the dry compound of tyre. Nobody's going for intermediates or full wets. That's definitely what I'd expect. Probably going to see some intermediates and maybe some wets around 45%. Just depends what the team strategy is for each driver.
That is true. I mean, those intermediates aren't going to be coming in effect until, I'd say, maybe 20% rain.
Yeah. We also have Aerox running a special livery this weekend. Don't know why. They are a Korean-based team, I'm pretty sure, so that is probably why, to be honest. Now coming through the S's section, everyone is popping up on the timing tower.
talk a bit about the drivers we're seeing now that have just joined in. Now, I've noticed there is no low midday here today for Airrock, which was one of the podium people for Australia. He's not here today. I heard rumors that he was going to run in Craig, but it seems that it was not the case. But taking over for Airrock right now is going to be Hoffla and Mavis. Now, remember Hoffla back in GT3 with Beta Zero back in this first season of GT3, which I do believe was season 2 of Ion? He was a top contender. And he's going to be running with Mavis, who has also been top contender in F1 races before. However, if you don't remember, he was one of the GT3 people who actually got race banned for a cut in the track on a sprint race. However, he has been given his unban by Skyduel, so we'll see how he runs in this race. This is going to be the first race he runs for this season. If you don't remember, he actually did a stint on Japan last season, which was an illegal stint, but he actually did very well in that race. So we have to see how he does legally in this race. As for some of the other drivers, Aviation Chad, who you might remember in the Brandstar back in the first few races of Australia, he has moved over to McLaren to run with Critical Noob. And in Crake, we have Blaine5902, which we have seen a bit of him now and then, although it's nice to see him coming back. Who else we got? Icarus in SX is going to be the reserve driver for Brandstar. He's been running in some of the Project Track Day League, so we'll see how his skills can transfer over to Ion. And let's see. I believe that might be it. Am I missing anything?
I can't see anything. Then again, I can only see the top 20 drivers. So
I mean, Cool Plug Alt. I remember you said he was a reserve driver for Red Star. He's been in Red Star for a good amount of time, so I guess they're just letting him do another race in there or something.
yeah, not officially one of their main drivers on the boards. Just I don't know.
Right.
Cool Plug Alt has historically raced with Red Star for a very long time, so they obviously have drafted him in as the other main driver for Red Star obviously wasn't available.
Interesting to see Kakera getting in P20. He's been running these very back qualifyings and getting in the back of the grid and then making monster pace in order to get back up. I want to see if he's going to be able to do that again today.
Yeah.
Because
Also,
we remember how he was able to. We remember how he was able to catch up the last season when we were at Suwon.
yeah. Also, someone qualifying very low is 420 Merc Music, and the Audi was like P3 or P4 last weekend. Now down like in P23, I think it was.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Let's check real quick. Yeah, that is going to be a P23. He's got his teammate Danza Hadjic in 4th right now.
So I don't know whether 420 Merc Music just wasn't able to set a lap time towards the end of the session, or maybe this track just doesn't suit their driving style. Also, for some reason, we have an Airrock in a pit lane. I'm not sure whether they're starting from the pit lane.
I think that might be because Hoffla did not do a formation lap, so he's going to do a start from pit.
Okay, everyone being told to jump out and jump back in.
Which makes sense, because that Hoffla kind of did ruin the whole thing, because he was put on the starting board at the very beginning and nobody else was, so I'm sure they just want to keep it fair. However, Hoffla does need to... Hang on. Because Festa will need Hoffla to go past that line so he's not a lap down. I'll pee him real quick. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, he got the map. So once that's done, we should be good to go.
28 laps around the Suwon International Circuit to come.
How many laps do we have for Australia? That's a pretty good sizable difference.
We had 35, I think. I think we initially had 35 laps and then we restarted from like lap 6 and then we had 27 remaining.
Okay.
I think something around there in the 30s.
Something around there. Okay, so that's going to be about 7 lap difference.
Yeah, but you have to remember this track is absolutely massive compared to Australia. The difference is very, very noticeable.
So already Aroc is at a disadvantage because they have one of their drivers starting from the pit, and then their other driver is going to be in P17. See how they'll be able
Yeah,
to do this.
very big disadvantage for Aeroc as the
Oh,
lights do come
there you
on.
go.
They look very nice with this new lighting system. That's 5 lights on now. And we're off
they're
and
off.
away in Korea. Everyone moving very tantalizingly off the line there. We see the Toyota and the McLaren moving into the middle there. Matt seems to have fallen back a little bit from the start.
And
And,
a bit
oh
of a
no.
lag.
Oh, that's a big lag spike there. But yeah, it seems as if Matt has fallen back off the start. We can see as they loop through turns 2 now. Professor Bloxer just seems to have absolutely stomped his way into the lead. That's the number 13 car. Critical Noob in the McLaren has to take the escape road there. So does Icarus in the Brand Star. Very,
And here
very
comes
hazy.
Hoffa.
Very difficult to see right to the back now, but it seems to be an Aston Martin 1-2 currently with the BMW up in the top 3 as well.
All right, and here they come. Going past DRS1, starting to enter into DRS2, but they got the chicane, which is a really difficult chicane for some people. But it seems everybody took that well. So who's in the lead right now? That looks like an Aston Martin right now. Aston Martin, BMW, and I can't tell. I think maybe Audi.
It's just so bunched together. It's just impossible
Yeah,
to
it is.
tag until they cross the timing line.
That is true. However, I can see a good amount of people. I see Aston Martin, Zint, Audi, BMW. They're all about to cross the line right now, but you'll be seeing an Aston Martin in the lead at the... Oh, or maybe the BMW will take it.
Oh, it's very close. The top 15 are matched currently, unless that's some sort of glitch.
I think that might be a first crash. Oh, wow. Icarus almost crashed into that final turn. He's going to fall back.
I think there's some sort of issue with the timing display, because it currently says that the top 15 are matched for the lead.
Huh.
Or
Well, we'll
everyone's
see what
just...
Fast is about that.
Or it's just very... They're all very close together? I don't know. Real Miggy currently has the fastest lap, however.
That is fair. We'll see what happens. See if it fixes itself in the next lap. Not Fast will probably have to do something about
Critical
that.
Noob has disconnected. Critical Noob is out of the race. That's now just one McLaren remaining.
Oh, no. That's
As the
their best driver, too. Now Aviation Chat has to take all of that potential.
Oh, and Real Miggy
Oh, and
is
there might be another crash.
sliding.
Oh, that chicane is difficult, especially when it's wet.
And I
Oh,
think
there's
that
already a
it's
crash.
KR out.
Power
Is that
unit.
power unit? Power
Power
unit's
unit.
out again. DNF 2 races in a row. Power unit is out of the race.
You know, it's not it's worse than that. At the last race, he crashed at the very end. Here, he's crashed at the very beginning.
That's one KR remaining in the race. Power unit is out. So we've had 2 DNFs in... what is that?
Two
Two
DNFs of good drivers as well.
2 DNFs of good drivers in just 2 laps.
And this is just the beginning. We'll see how well everybody else does. This final corner is kind of tricky. I'm going to see how many people can actually get this right. We almost saw Icarus crash into this final turn. Will he do it again?
Looks like everyone's just pacing their way through at the moment.
Yes, looks that way. And also, a lot of people do not like this first corner. They call it the death corner. As I see somebody going into the grass, that looked like an Uprise driver.
I really like it.
To each their own.
Oh, and who's that? Is that the Aeroc? I think that might be the Aeroc reserve driver right at the back.
Probably.
And I believe that may have been the... Who is that? I think Real Miggy just went to the escape road as well out of turn 3.
I cannot see Icarus. Where did he go?
Icarus is out of the top 23. Oh no, and there's a
It looks
big
like he might have
freeze.
crashed. It looks like he might have crashed because it looks
There's a big
as he is in
freeze.
pits right.
And a game
Uh-oh.
disconnect.
That's not good. It's happening again.
Gap 3, everybody.
Was the leaderboard able to fix itself?
The leaderboard was able to fix itself.
Hmm. Wonder why it happened this time. And hopefully, Asta was able to get
It should be
was
on
able to get
stream,
the
if
results
not.
before they disconnect.
Bottom 2 just won't be there.
So it looks like Icarus just fell behind. He did not crash out.
That's good.
So he'll probably just be in last at the restart. I don't know what Fast is going to do, if he's just going to restart the whole race, or if we're going to go from where we were. What's good for critical and power unit, because it means they might be able to do the race again.
Yeah, if the race is completely restarted.
Well, I mean, even then, we have the ability for crash drivers to return, but I don't know. Alrighty, it seems like we're having some server issues. Yep, it's like we're going to be restarting from quali. I'm not
Okay.
sure if that means Hoffa's going to be doing a drive to pit this time. He might actually be able to get into the grid this time, as long as he does the
Yeah.
formation lap like everyone else.
I just have to wait. Just have to wait and see.
Yeah, based on what Fast is telling us right now, we're restarting from quali.
Everyone should be coming out of the pit lane shortly.
Waiting on Fasta to get the go-ahead.
Yeah, just and then you've got to open the gates to the garages so people can actually drive out. Looks as if power unit is raring to go again.
Full race restart, as fast as said.
And out they come. Dogs are going on to the full wet. The subscriber graphic is going absolutely crazy right now. I don't know, it keeps popping up. And looking at the live sub count, I don't think that these many people are subscribing at once, but maybe they have, I don't know.
Maybe he's going through every single subscriber. Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do want to subscribe, feel free. Yeah, 10 people just popped up. So if 10 people did just subscribe, then thank you very much. If they didn't, thank you for subscribing anyway.
Looks like Hoffler will be able to get back on grid. No drive from pit for him.
Very good news
Good for
for
Aerock.
Aerock.
Very good news for Aerock. And seeing as Hoffler does have good race pace, he will probably be able to get in those high positions during the beginning of this race. If we have another beginning of this race.
Everyone being told
That's
to
the
get off the
calling for
grid.
personnel off the grid. We should be starting shortly. We'll probably be doing a formation lap first.
Won't be surprised if Faster opts to not to. Just to save time, but I
Uh,
don't know.
Save time, but will it save the drivers? One. All right. Setting it up
Laps
now.
being added onto the board. Seems as if we're just going to go for the jump out, jump back in method.
Yep. Here we go.
Waiting for the lights. And the second time today they do come on. That's 4 lights. That's 5 lights. And they go off, and we are away in Korea yet again. Not Dakar, Professor Bloxer moving across in front of the other cars as we now feed through turn 1. And McLaren seems to have managed to make their way up into second position. But is that a Toyota now? Yes, it is. They're absolutely scrapping for that position. The remaining podium places. Several points, 10 points separate 3 positions there. Everyone
look at all those water trails.
Yeah, everyone's just feeding through here. It's very difficult to see any positions at the back because of all the water. That's
a
2 cars
BMW
going off.
taking the escape route. Eastspirit and BMW.
That was Jogsy and Fenenjaster, I believe. Now going down the back straight, DRS wings wide open. Only person who doesn't have it, I think, is Professor Bloxer.
Bit of a lag spike there. Luckily, that was on a straight, so it's not going to affect too much.
Now coming through.
Here we go down the chicane. How's this going to play out?
Second DRS zone. Oh, McLaren went off wide there a little bit, but stays running.
All right, seems everybody was able to get through that pretty well.
Several people going wide there. But no crashes as of yet, I don't think.
No crashes yet. Keep in mind, we had no crash collision when we were doing Suwon last season. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out now that that's been added.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was introduced for Greece, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
There was a red star going
So
off
Australia... Yeah, so Australia didn't have that either. But now it did. So these will be the 2 races where that's going to be implemented now.
1 lap completed.
Greece was... I believe Greece was the 3rd race, right?
Yeah, Greece was round 3 last season.
Okay, so yeah, this will be the last one where it's going to be a complete difference.
Professor Bloxer, now 3/10 ahead of their teammate Fernan in the other Aston Martin.
There's a crash. There's a crash. Uprise. Real Miggy has crashed off the end of the first turn.
Real Miggy is out of the race. That is.
Man, we saw him doing so well.
Yeah, first DNF of the restart.
We saw him doing so well. He was doing so well at the beginning of Australia. And then we saw him getting that really low position in qualifying, and now he's out of the race completely. Oh, that's a lag spike.
Dans Hajek managed to gain some positions there, now right on the tail of Fernan. With another wave of subscribers coming through.
Aston Martin doing really well. They're in P1 and P3 right now. And right in between them is going to be a BMW, or I believe, or an Audi. I can't tell. Yeah, that's going to be an Audi. And behind him is going to be Airrock and Brandstar and BMW.
Matt has fallen back slightly. Started on pole, now just P4, 1.3 seconds behind the leader.
Well, if we're going to talk people falling back, his teammate Icarus is now in, I believe, last place.
No points for that driver then. As things
anybody
stand,
close to him in
26
oh!
laps to go.
Oh, what was that? Was that a BMW? Yes, it was. BMW going across the curbs, losing a lot of time.
Gonna assume that was Sangstan because now out of the point that BMW is.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell what he is because I believe the Audis have their reflections really high, so sometimes the Audis start looking like BMWs.
Yeah, they've also changed the lighting system in the game. It's got a little bit more blue, so it's also some of the liveries look a bit different. Like the Crake is a bit less reflective now.
How's the track water?
Track water, I can't see. It's off my screen.
All right, well let me check real quick. We are still at 10%. As we're going across the chicane now.
The gap between Professor Bloxer and Fernand seems to have fallen by 2/10 now, so Fernand's probably catching up to their teammates in the Aston Martin.
Oh, that's a crash! That's a crash! That's a red star. Right at the entrance of the second DRS. Gene is out.
2 DNFs so far, lap
Ooh.
3.
BMW taking the escape route. Oh, and that's a spin. BMW just spun. I believe that's going to be turn.
That's Fenenjast, I believe, falling right back to their teammate. Very hectic first starters of the race, and
Very hectic. This rain is really screwing some of these drivers.
yeah, Matt got into the lead in the last sector,
And
but
that's
Professor
another
Broxton
spin.
Fernand has just got ahead again.
That was another spin for a BMW driver right off the final turn.
Does Hijek just taking the fastest lap, whilst 420 Merc Music, Critical Noob, and Mavis on the loose share P7, 3.02 seconds behind the leader.
It's a big fight, but we'll see how that happens once we start seeing pits.
Kaikera absolutely storming, made up at least 12 positions already in the KRR car. Bloody hell, that's very...
If you want to talk about it, hey, if you want to talk about a storming performance, let's talk about that Aston Martin real quick. 1 and 2 for Professor Bloxer and Fernand.
These teams are just absolutely rising up the order. Professor Bloxer and Fernand were nowhere to be seen, pretty much.
They are rising to the occasion. That's it! Oh no! Airrock!
Is that Mavis?
Has just crashed!
And Mavis is disconnected. You could just see it there on the right of your screen. That is the number 54 car out of the race. And the other brand star of Icarus
into him.
Gets collected.
Oh, those guys need to get that off the track. That is a yellow flag. That is a yellow flag if I ever seen one.
We're just gonna...
They need to get those cars off the track.
Those cars need to be taken off the track as soon as possible, because if not, someone is just gonna go straight into them. Icarus needs to get out of their vehicle. They've just...
He's out of the car. He's out of the car.
And that car should be removed.
You're waiting for the restart.
That car should be removed.
Okay, I guess if you want a job done, you do it
There we
yourself.
go. That car has now been removed. Professor Bloxer.
All right. So that is both an Airrock and a Brandstar out, which means they both only now have one driver left. Luckily, Brandstar's driver is Matt, still in it, and Icarus was in one of the last few positions, but Airrock now has lost Mavis, has to put their hopes on Hofla, which, to be fair, is not too bad to put your hopes on. But that does mean that they're also going to lose a resource point and their chances at double points.
Yeah, currently 2 positions out of the point Hofla is, so Airrock may still have a chance.
I think that was the only crashes so far. All right.
Yep, everyone from P22, everyone from P23 and under is now out of the race.
So let's see your top 3 right now. This is Aston Martin, Brandstar, and right behind him is going to be the Audis and a McLaren.
Fernand and Matt were sharing times at the last timing sector.
Uh-oh. Is this a freeze? I think this might be a freeze.
Yep.
That is definitely going to be a freeze again. Interesting.
Whoopee.
Oh, oh boy.
Are we gonna have another postponement?
I don't know. Well, they might restart it the way it was. We were 5 laps in. We'll see what Fast decides.
Hopefully that decision is taken rather quickly. I mean, to be fair, the server was pretty chocker. 98 of 100 people in the server.
Mm-hmm. That is true. However, you know, it's the same thing we saw in Australia. It just continued to crash at the very beginning, and then we had the one race that actually continued the whole way through. We never had one like halfway through or 2/3 through. It just happened at that like really beginning part.
Yeah.
Pastor says he's going to try and add more start lights and try and fix the track mesh. See if that helps. Don't know how long the delay's going to be though. 5 minutes, he says. 5 minutes.
5 minute break. Um, what can we fill this time with? Um,
Not sure. I mean, add.
um, might as well run Fexeland's ad again because I didn't run it before qualifying. So yeah, here's Fexeland's ads.
Okay. I
Can
think
now.
A-Rock's doing this. What? Oh, no, don't, don't put me on. I'm trying to speak to you myself. Here, I'll just DM it to you. Make it easier.
Welcome back, everybody. Got some information from Faster. We'll be restarting from where we left off. Everyone seems to be loading back into the server all right. Got to lap 5, I believe. So a lap 5 restart.
Lap 5 restart. We're going to have the same drivers that were on there at the disconnect, so any crash drivers will not be able to return. However, I do not know if we're going to get a restart because Faster did say he was going to take 5 minutes to get this stuff ready, and I do not see him in the game. So we'll see what happens.
should be going soon, hopefully. Just
Faster's
wait.
not in yet.
Yeah, just waiting for faster.
Because Faster's probably going to restart the server if he's doing something regarding the track meshes.
Yeah. Depends whether this is intentionally caused or not.
Well, I don't know if it's intentionally caused. I mean, there is reason to suspect, but there is no evidence as of yet. So we can't call that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it is, even if it is somebody doing it, they're really not going to be able to get anything out of it because we're just going to start where we left off.
Yeah.
Critical noob saying don't let DNS back in unless there was a disconnect. Huh. Still no faster. Not sure what he's up to. God, I feel bad for F2.
Yeah, they're gonna be rather late. Scheduled to start in 5 minutes. That's not really gonna happen, is it?
No, not really. Unless, we move this back another week. Which I really hope we don't.
I
That's
doubt
going
it.
to really suck.
Just to fill the time a little bit, joining us now should be Despicable Devil. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the commentary box. Got any information for us?
Yeah. We're hoping, if we're lucky, the restart should be able to bring Mavish back into the race. On behalf,
It won't.
well, we don't know. We'll wait until see what Faster says. For all we know, it could be postponed until next weekend. But yeah, we're just waiting at this stage.
I don't believe that's going to be the case. We've already been called that it's going to be a restart on lap 5. Drivers who were there, if crash, will stay out.
So our focus will be on our second driver, targeting him and his strategy, seeing what he can do. Ideally, trying to get as many points as possible and get him all the way through to that finish line for the bonus resource point.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll be getting underway very shortly. Also seems that we have Indominus Rex waiting. I'm not sure whether they're genuine. Let's find out. Okay, so joining us now, we should have Indominus Rex. Any information you can give us?
Well, honestly, I've had a good start, but these crashes have been doing wonders for the strategy, of course, to
Mm-hmm.
lower fuel to get faster.
That
But
is true.
it's just causing confusion between the engineers. We have no idea what tire to start on, and it's just we're betting on some mediums, but one of the engineers says softs. We have no idea, and we just hope for the best, really.
Okay. And is there anything else?
Uh, no, not really, because the races only have gone like what 12 laps in.
We're around 6
And-
laps, I think. Well, we did like 3, and then it crashed, and then we've done 6,
Yeah.
and then it crashed. So, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I go now.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Indominus.
Thank you.
See ya.
And Project User also seems to be there. Everyone's just coming in now. Hello, Project.
Hello, Project.
Hello.
How are things going down in KR Racing?
They are going about as good as Suwon can go at the moment.
Okay.
I understand that.
Any comments on your little how should I put this?
Excursion. We'll call it that.
Excursion.
Excursion, yes.
Well, you see, when a tire hits the grass, it tends to spin your car a little, and I hit the wall after doing that. So yeah, that's what happened. I don't know why I crashed because it was an awfully slow decrease in speed, but it happened. So
Obviously, just slipped out slightly.
yeah. No, it was all tactical. I knew the server was going to crash.
Remember correctly. Power, were you able to actually continue the race during the second stint?
Yes, after the restart, I was able to rejoin the race. And I haven't crashed yet.
You learned from that mistake, and you feel you're going to be able to continue if we start this race up again?
Yes, I've been distancing myself from the very curb I spot on.
All right, that's good. Yeah, that chicane can be a doozy.
Yeah, and there's a nice, lovely bump after in the second part that you can get killed by. I think that's what happened to Mavis.
Any more questions, Deepod?
I don't have anything else.
All right, well, that should do it then. Thank you for joining us, Project. Hopefully you'll be able to do better in the race once we restart.
Thank you.
Joining us now, hopefully we should have the 3-time world champion, Dakar 2. Hello, Dakar.
Hi.
Hello, Decker.
Any information you have or any, I don't know, just stuff you can talk about?
Not at the moment. Just waiting in the league announcements to see what's happening. No information about Faster. I'm guessing he might be changing stuff in studio, but that's only suspicions.
You've had to deal with race restarts like this before. Strategy-wise, is there anything that you do in particular, or that you think would be a good idea for the teams and drivers here to do, just to try and capitalise on the fact that they're now going to be racing for a fewer amount of laps?
So basically what I do on server restarts is I keep track of the fuel I was on before the server crash, and I put the same amount of fuel minus what I had before the restart.
Makes a lot of sense.
Well, it does, in particular.
Just waiting to see how long this is going to take Faster. Hopefully not much longer.
There's been joke announcements being done in the game right now.
So still hasn't joined in yet. Said it'd take about 5 minutes. It's been, what, 10, 15?
I think it has been 7-8 minutes.
Oh, I just got the info that Critical Noob spent 500 hours on the Java testing game just for Australia. I don't think it's a joke since I've seen him try hard this track. Like, really, he almost beat my record. He was milliseconds off. I hope the Inter's glitch is fixed, because in Season 3 of the one, we've seen Cool Plug Alt switch on the Inters and having no grip, and the same glitch happened to me in qualifying. So that's why I stayed on the hard compound. That is why I switched to a dry compound mid-race. I didn't want to have the glitch. So hopefully it is fixed. I don't think I can hear you guys.
No, we're just not speaking.
Yeah, I'm eating, so I'm muted.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're taking our special. We're taking our time. Faster says he's still doing some updates.
There isn't much to talk about, so you can't really talk.
That's true. Not sure what Faster will decide if we will be able to continue this race or not, so we'll see.
Oh, by the way, you know about the upgrades? Like in
What
Season
about?
3, in Australia, they weren't there. In Suwon, they were not there. In Greece as well, they were introduced for France.
Oh, that's true.
And because of these upgrades, the cars have gone seconds slower than what they used to be. And I compared the lap times from FP2 in Season 3, so my lap time 134.808 and Critical Noob's 136. The cars look like they are 2.1 seconds slower. But yeah, the teams have now got upgrades. And they're catching up.
Hmm.
I think now we also should be able to bring Newbeater in. Let me just see if he said anything.
I believe he's going to talk about IEC.
Well, let's find out. Newbeater, anything to talk about?
Hello? Noob, you there?
Yes, I am here. Hello.
Hello.
Anything to talk about?
My big thing, IEC is coming up. For viewers, if you'd like to watch Red Star, beat people up, watch IEC, because it's gonna happen, buddy.
And people say I'm biased.
Illegal advertisement.
Yes, that's my advertisement.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
IEC is
$5,
happening. If
please.
you don't know what that is, it's endurance. I still don't know when if how the first race is gonna work, but we'll probably know the day before it happens. Yeah, stay tuned for that.
All right. Well, thank you, noob.
Thank you
Anything you
very
want to
much.
speak about the F1 race so far?
Yeah, I just unfortunate with all these events happening. I don't know if it's someone like the issue we had in Australia. If it's someone with the with scripts that is messing with the game, or if it's just lag and server issues, which I assume it is. But
Roblox been very laggy these days, but
yeah, we had
kinda weird.
100 people. We almost had a full server. Part of the reason, and
Well, that might be the case, or it just might be something along the F1 scripts, because as we've been noticing, this has only happened in F1 races so far.
yeah, and that might be just if F1 has, I know Doctor E says in the best server, F1 has more scripts, and that might be what's causing the lag. But I'm not a developer, and I don't intend on being a developer anytime soon. But that's just my 2 cents. On the Brad
Excellent
side of
sponsorship.
things, I mean, Brad side of things, Matt looks great. Icarus, yeah, we'll see. He
Well,
needs some
Icarus,
work. I think we all agree with that.
First race. This is first race. It's his only
First
he only
race, yes,
practiced-
of course.
He only practiced in free practice 3, so when he crashed
This
into
is
Mavis,
true.
I'm sure he did not expect that happening in the first place, because that's
Yeah.
something you don't expect.
We kind of just threw him in the fire and just said, "Good luck, buddy." But yeah, I think if we get this race back on, and it should be very entertaining with the rain. I think we'll probably hopefully start it with the on the 5th lap. It also brings another issue of mine up. Matt and I think it was Blockster were tied at the when the server shut down on timing stage. It'll be interesting how that's sorted out. But we'll see. I mean, it doesn't necessarily really matter where we start because it's no collisions, but I think Matt's got a good chance for the win if we just keep it clean, and well, as long as we don't screw up the strategy, knock on wood, and it should be fine.
I don't think the strategy can be ruined because you can always adapt.
There's always a way for people to ruin stuff. You just gotta try really hard. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but you never know. Stuff in racing, I've seen a lot of racing in my existence, and there are ways you can screw stuff up. Every strategy can be ruined. You just gotta take precautions to not ruin it.
There are some F1 cars going absolutely mental right now in the pit lane. McLaren Uprising
Welcome
East.
to Ion.
What on earth are they doing?
Well, when people get bored, they tend to do stupid things.
There's also people on the podium right now. Those about for F2, Lacopiat
As you
for
can
F1.
see, we love racing, and when we are not
F2.
racing, we tend to go mentally insane, as evidence here.
There's actually an F2 podium going on right now.
Oh.
And the guys just left, standing on top now.
Whole server's gone.
We're
mad.
almost at 3,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
We're very close.
That's
People have been subscribing. All
very
stream.
close.
Oh,
or even become a member.
we have a new person on pole. Well, we have a new racer on pole with a 106.636, which is the Audi team owner.
Blazing lap.
The Audi team owner is on pole by 30 seconds.
There is a leak. Okay, never mind. I thought there was like water dripping from the ceiling on the commentary booth. I'm about to say we have a leak.
Okay, let me see real quick. Fasta has given word in the staff chat. We are expecting another restart. With
That's
that
Any
wonderful.
information of
And-
when that would be? Is that lap 6?
Not sure. I'm assuming it'll be a restart on lap 5. All drivers that were there then will come back. I haven't heard that. All I know is it's going to be another restart. And we will still have F2 afterwards.
Goody goody.
F2 is going to be delayed.
What about? Let me check.
F2 is going to be delayed very heavily.
So stay
Very.
tuned for that.
Not only that, but GT3 as well.
Well,
And
no. The GT3 free practice happens at in 2 hours and 30 minutes away from now, so we should be
No,
fine.
that's true. So it might be fine. We'll see.
Shaya, you have to do maths.
I am not quick maths. 2 plus 2 is 4.
Good job.
Minus
Want a
1, that's
cookie?
3.
on the cookie.
Okay, Depot, smoking off camera is not really that great for your health.
Or his lungs.
Horse brain.
I want some.
There is a big man driving on the track or walking.
Is
on
it
the
a
track.
man? We will
Yo.
never know.
Yo, he's walking though.
Track work. Illegal
I
practice.
Prix on stream. This is how we keep fans entertained.
So this is how
We
people
still have
practice in the
100
meantime,
faithful
huh?
viewers watching cars go. Well, there goes a Brad star. 101 viewers watching, staying with us. Thank you, everyone. Sorry about the delays, but as you can see, you can be entertained by a spinning Brad star in the pits that has someone not murdered a single soul yet.
There is a car out on the track. Hang on a second.
Ban.
And then they ban me for illegal practice. Shame.
Legal practice ban.
Illegal practice on a track that's never going to be used again.
All those poor F2 cars.
They want to get their race on, but
That sounds
can't.
loud. Okay. Sound like a bunch of angry bees.
What do we say we go to another commercial break?
Yes, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Sounds good to me.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yes, welcome back.
No
We should
update
be
currently.
restarting. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no update currently apart from people just making their cars pass out in the pit lane, and they have two guys bunching up. Apart from that, nothing else.
Apart from absolute mayhem, nothing's happening.
Exactly. What a nice way to interpret it.
Are breakdancing in the pit lanes.
Breaking news, Ion Season 4 Championship will be decided by a game of Ion Karting.
Let's go. And if you don't know what that is, feel free to I believe it's in our game a group. Ion Karting. If you haven't played that, you
It
are
is in
sad.
a group of Avenue Vans.
Yes. So feel free to look it up in the Roblox group chat, and if you want to experience realistic karting simulator, play that.
It is
Well, as
outdoor
realistic as you
karting.
can get. What the?
That's a restart.
That's
Everybody just got refreshed.
You can start an investigation who's behind the crashes. Witch hunt. Who's up for a witch hunt? Let's see if we can't get another some more interviews in here. Let's ask around. This is infantry.
Oh. Roblox has shut down the server for maintenance.
Roblox.
I think that is fast as
yeah,
actions.
that's what I think. I think Fast is behind this one.
Yeah, fast is
Usually
behind
I
the
would say
shutdown, guys.
Or
Shut
you
Roblox
heard
is
it.
just
but-
anti-Ion, you never know.
Well, we do see an
Yeah.
update for 529 on the game, so that might have been Fastest doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Faster just told us he did it.
All right,
I knew
let's
it.
called it.
Called it.
All right, we're gonna do this again. All right, announcement check. Yeah,
Announcement
F1.
check.
We're gonna restart.
F1
Alright.
part 2 or something.
Alright, guys.
https://3w.roblox.com/games. Yeah, we're restarting.
Why are we in here?
I don't know who spawned us in.
Greg did.
Good job.
Okay, so where are they? There we go. So if we do have another interview. We have Epic Dude should be able to join us shortly if I just find the right button. Oh, there we go. Where's the button? There it is. Right, okay. So, Epic Dude, what you said you had some news to tell us.
Yeah, I do.
And that is
So I was just talking to Jerry, the owner of Red Star F1, and I made the deal for the end of the season to buy the team for $100. If the IEC selling goes well, I'll be able to buy it.
Well,
What?
that's
what's his
higher
name?
than my salary per races.
So wait, hang on, let me get this straight. You've made a deal to where at the end of the season you'll be getting Red Star?
If I can sell my IEC team in time, yeah.
Okay,
Why
so
is it
this will
like-
be hang on a second. Let me ask the questions here. So let me get this straight. You're going to be getting control of the team after the season, right? It won't be during this season,
Yeah,
it'll be next
yeah,
season.
next season.
So what's going to happen if Red Star is one of the 3 teams that gets cut out?
The deal won't go through.
Okay.
And I'll just find another team to buy Lamar.
So you're just doing stocks.
Yeah,
You're just doing stocks.
yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
How to speedrun Ion money making pyramid scheme.
Period.
All right. Well, any other information, Epic Dude?
If you want to buy my AC team, DM me, please.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Epic. We'll be
Yeah,
starting
that's
again
not
shortly.
in your
Thank you.
dreams,
All right.
buddy.
Okay, so news, F1 will still go through. We have information from Faster himself, so yeah, F1 is still going.
We're gonna do a restart from lap 5. Hopefully things
Yeah.
go better.
23 laps to the end, and we are still starting on the 10% rain, so we should be seeing everyone on the dry tire.
All right, let's get it. All right, thanks guys for joining us. New beater, Decare.
All right, go Brandstorm.
Oh, can I
Dips
stay?
Decare? I don't know. That's up to Depod.
Okay.
What are you gonna add?
Aren't you engineering for Brandstar right now, Decare?
Pretty much, apart maybe if low midday is not racing today, so I can't really do much.
That is true.
Everyone's gridding up.
But
All right. What
I
do you
don't
say,
really.
Depod? Do you want him to stay here?
He can stay if he wants.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Welcome
there's not
everybody.
really.
Decare is going to be our third commentator for the day, the 3-time world champion.
I didn't want to bother you, but Matt doesn't really need engineering right now since
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
going to
He's
be
doing pretty
TMing
well.
him.
It's crazy to see how much of a difference it's made between the two seasons. Matt being in Red Star and kind of being low in the points, and now being in the top 3 in these races.
I think the IFR game really has pushed him to his limits. He's been trying to catch my record, and I guess it's been really helping him. He was also checking how I drove in the driver testing place, and he's gone really better.
Right.
And that's straight info from him.
That is true. I remember back in Project Track Day days, Matt and Icarus fighting against each other. Icarus used to be the one on top, but
yeah.
it seems as though Matt's been able to get the advantage in this session.
I can only remember some guys from Project Track Day. Z, Rollada 12, Matt himself, Water Department.
And there is the information Fasta is telling us no crashed cars are returning, which means Icarus, Real Miggy, Mavis, I can't remember. I think one of the Red Stars, I think that would be Gene, they will not be returning.
Well, what I can say is power unit is really lucky. Really, really lucky. The race restarted actually, and he was able to pull
Not
back
only
into the
him,
race.
but Critical Noob as well. Very
Yeah,
lucky.
critical noob as well. His internet decided to, pull a Roblox concert. I still remember how the Lil Nas X concert just interrupted our Roblox driving.
Roblox really need to, in the nicest way possible, get some better servers, please.
Just got some information. It seems as though Skyduel is saying that Hoffa will not be joining. Low Midday will be taking over for him. Hang on a second.
Quick info about the Roblox servers. I think they are using TCP packets instead of UDP. Long story short, if you're using UDP packets, the server is going to take real info and not info from the past.
Okay, something's up. Hang on a second. Seems as though Mavis is back on the track, even though he did crash out.
Yeah, Mavis is not allowed back in, sadly. Well, only Hofla is up to bring a podium to the IROC team, which is their home race, South Korea.
So it seems like Aeroc are trying to replace Hofra with Mavis in Aeroc.
Yes.
Actually,
And I don't believe they're going to allow Low Midday to drive either. I'm not sure what Fastest choice is going to be for that.
Only the
So
drivers
low
that
midday.
started the race should be allowed to restart it.
Yeah, sorry for bothering,
believe-
but low midday will not start. He told me in DMs he was not able to come because I was going to engineer him and why am I on track? Yeah, he was not able to join
So then that
for
means
personal reasons.
So that means none of the Aerox are going to be driving at the end of this race.
Yeah, and it's their home Grand Prix, so kinda
Man,
annoying for
Sky
them.
is really upset now. I can just feel it. Because this was the one he wanted to. This is the one he wanted to eat all the beans in. So, honestly, I honestly have to feel bad for Eric because whether or not this was caused by them, which, to be fair, I don't think it actually was caused by them. I'm sure this is something else going on, but their luck has just been completely destroyed today.
Timings tower is getting reset. Laps are being put in.
Everybody's going to jump out and back in a few seconds,
All right, all personnel should be off the grid by now.
as per Iron tradition.
Yes. Green.
Green flag,
We
we
wait
should
for
be
the-
able to go pretty soon.
Wait, weren't people supposed to jump in and out? There's only one person on the board.
And that is thanks them. They
There
have,
it is.
Okay,
He's just given the go ahead. So how many people do we have left in this race?
Good
20?
Good 20 odd people, I believe.
All right, here we go.
okay, after many shameful events, we should be
Yeah.
able to go, and the lights are going on.
Here they come. 5 lights now on.
And this is it.
And
let's
they
go.
go off. And we are away again in South Korea. Brilliant camera angle. I think it might be dead. Let's go on board with Professor Bloxer then. Going through to
Let's watch
turn
this
1. The Aston Martin stays in the lead, sliding slightly, having to turn to the left to try and prevent sliding out due to the oversteer. Very slippery track conditions through here. Fernand seems to be ahead, but just slightly. It all comes down to this braking zone. Who gets out on top? Professor Bloxer absolutely smooches that apex.
Oh, look at the Aston Martins. The
Oh,
Aston
yeah,
Martins
no,
are
no,
up
no,
ahead on the
close.
DRS. And the Aston Martin's running away with it right now, I believe. But the McLaren and Audi are going to be right behind him. And that'll be the end of DRS1, getting into DRS2 with this tricky
And
chicane.
let's spawn.
A Zint spun? Oh, that's an Audi off the track
Yeah, that
as
was
well.
East sliders and a
Oh,
KR is
that's a
going to well.
KR spinning.
Power unit almost spun on the
Oh, man. Come on, Power.
on the
What are you doing,
place
man?
where Kakira almost spun in season 3.
It's also almost close to the place where Power crashed in Season 3 as well. If you remember his stint back in Valor.
Yeah, very...
Pretty
And
much.
that is a
into the
BMW driver taking the escape route.
Indominus is up to 4th already.
Kakira, who qualified P20, is now right in the top 6.
That's
So be
true.
careful out of it. Be careful from him. Because
And here
as
they
we know,
come. Critical Noob actually got into first, ahead of the Aston Martins. Just saw that.
Good pace for the McLaren so far on the soft compound of tyres, 1/10 to Fernand behind. Also has the fastest lap, but how long will that McLaren be able to hold it for as they're sliding?
Aviation Chad with the other McLarens doing well himself. He is in the halfway point, but is doing better than he was in Australia.
There we go, that should be camera problem sorted. Critical Noob now falls behind Fernand. Oh, there was an AMR sliding. I think that was Professor
Yep.
Bloxer.
it
And
is.
here they
It was.
come.
Critical
Oh,
Noob.
Zint spinning, Zint spinning.
I saw that. That was Lens Droid.
Looks like they're both falling back now. They're close together.
Matt
Fernand
has
and
now
Critical Noob are
fallen
right
to
inside each
P10.
other.
Hey, look at the E-Spirit actually coming up with the rest of the drivers now. Is that going to be Indominus?
That is.
He's getting his pace back. What a lad.
Not going to be too good for his tires, but it's going to be raining pretty soon, so
That is true. Should be seeing heavier rain soon.
Cool
This
plug
is
gold
going to
currently
be a
at the back of the
doozy for
field.
traction. And here they come, final corner.
Kaikera
Everybody
managed to
taking
get
that
ahead
lead.
of Matt.
See how long that lasts. They all still have to do pits sooner or later.
Critical Noob remains in the lead, 5/10 now to the Aston Martins. McLaren have absolutely pulled this pace out of the basket.
That is true. They are running really well.
Teammate, not
Kakura's
so
taken
much.
the escape road. Never mind, he just hit the bumps and come back onto the road. He might have lost 2 seconds there.
It's literally
P8.
side by side between the McLarens and the Aston Martin down this back straight. The only difference is the McLaren doesn't have DRS. The Aston Martins do, and that means that Fernand and Professor Bloxer can take the lead of the Korean Grand Prix as we now loop through the chicane onto the second straight. That was Critical Noob just going off the curbs there slightly.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was Dancer Rajek in the Audi getting a bomb there in the
Yeah,
turn
it looked
6.
like he had to do a bit of oversteer there.
The bumps
And
in this
Dominus
track are
Rex
still
and
an
one of
issue.
the Crakes just went wide. That was F1 Fan.
The bumps
Everybody's
haven't
kind of
been
fighting
fixed.
for that. Everybody's kind of fighting for that P4 through P7. If you can check, that's a big group of cars.
Yeah,
Dominus
we've
Rex
seen
fallen back.
2 seconds.
Dirty air is going to become a big issue.
Oh, F1 Fan's going off the track again.
It's an IMR 1-2 right now. And Dancer Rajek cutting the final corner. Why? We don't know.
Not sure, but I also saw an E-Spirit taking the escape route on that second final corner. And here we go.
Professor Bloxer and Fernand currently holding the lead for AMR. McLaren with Critical Noob, another British team, trying to get back into the first position. However, for the time being, can only hold P3. However, that might change as we head down the straight. Professor Bloxer won't have DRS. Fernand and Critical Noob will. On board now with Critical Noob.
Cars are starting to get more spread out, and they're taking up the whole section of DRS1. As we now see the Aston Martins going across this tricky chicane, see if people can take care of this. I'm not sure how we're doing on rain so far. Decare, what track water are we at?
We're on 10%, which is
Still
still the
10%.
dry compound, dry
Yes.
compound advantage.
That's true, but sooner or later we will be seeing Faster take that up to at least 45%.
Yep, and it's going to be starting on lap 5 actually.
All right.
The rain is going to pick up little bits by little bits up until
Dancer's
45%,
Jack is
which is
falling
going to
back
be
further.
And
What has
Faster
happened
Jack's
for the
falling back,
Audi?
but where
Got
is
fastest
his,
lap,
where is
but
his
it's just falling
teammate,
back by
though?
2 positions. 420 Make Music is in P4 currently, just under a second from the leader.
He's running well.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
Dance
really
Magic
hard.
definitely has some ground to make up. However, his teammate is making the most of it.
From experience, it's really hard to pull away in this track. Slipstream always catch you.
I feel like the
As
best
long-
place to get that is on the DRS1. Seeing how long it is.
It is really hard to pull away because of the slipstream, and well, in season 3 it wasn't particularly strong, but the dirty air was really, really annoying.
And speaking of dirty air, it's one of the McLarens going off the track a little bit. That will be aviation chat on that first corner. How are we doing in terms of drivers on the grid? Do we still have 20 on the grid?
Oh, we've just had 2 pitters. That's Power Unit, who's switched to the intermediates, and Johnson 420, who has also
Uh-oh.
switched, but we
Freeze,
have a server
freeze.
freeze.
Server freeze. Yep, server.
And that's a
Died.
disconnect.
Another one.
It wasn't even at lap 5, was it?
Gigi Khaled will be proud.
Oh,
Another
it
one.
was exactly at lap 5.
I wonder why.
I don't know. But it looks like Fasta has had enough. So that will
Yeah.
be F1 being postponed again.
Next week, I believe, we're going to be passing
Yeah,
on
maybe so.
to Formula 2.
People arguing for another F1 stint. We'll see what Fasta decides. Fasta says we're not going to finish this race until a new timer is added. Hopefully that might be a solution.
Might be a solution, yeah. Like we've seen, it was really laggy. Laggy as in the top 8 was in the lead.
I don't
But
understand
they
how it could be a
weren't, so-
timer though, because none of the other leagues have had this issue.
Well, I don't think Fasta's going to be able to finish this F1 race for this week. So that means the next thing to be coming up will be F2.
Well, he sent the results after the disconnect. Yeah, Formula 2. He sent the results in the results channel in Discord, and it's about the disconnect on lap 5. So Professor is on pole, Fernand P2, and Matt P3. So yeah,
Yep.
we are done with F1.
So means F2 will be coming up next. I do not know when that will start. Hopefully soon, so that we can get the time back up. But we'll see what happens. But
Yeah,
as for now, I believe the choice is that Fasta will not run F1 until things get sorted out, which means I would only assume another delay for next week.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Apologies that we couldn't get a race finished. As Shaye said, hopefully these issues can be sorted out for the future. So F2 is up next, and yeah, if you want to watch F2, which I'd highly recommend you do, you can find that stream on the channel in just a few moments' time after we've had a look at the members. So thank you everyone on this list for joining the channel membership scheme thingy-madigly. Your support does help produce better media content. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. If you'd like to join as well, just head on over to youtube.com/IonRacing/join, and you'll be able to join us as a channel member for just as little as 99 US cents per month.
which is about 80 cents in euros.
Thank you, Dakar.
All right. Well,
Thank you everybody
thank you for
watching,
joining us.
and hopefully we'll see you the next time where we can finally get this Korean Grand Prix finished.